In a world brimming with masks and mirrors, how often do we mistake a new disguise for a changed heart? How readily do we allow the comfort of what appears to be to blind us to the stark reality of what truly is? Today, we unravel a timeless narrative, a whisper from the past, that urges us to look beyond the surface, to discern the wolf in sheep's clothing, and to understand that true wisdom often lies in remembering what once stung us, even when presented with a soothing balm. Once upon a time, nestled within the quiet shadows of an old, rambling house, lived a thriving community of mice. Their days were filled with the delightful scurry of tiny paws, the excited squeak of discovery as crumbs were found, and the comforting sense of belonging that comes from living amongst one's own kind. They were a boisterous, if somewhat anxious, clan, perpetually on the lookout but generally thriving. Then, a whisper began to circulate, a shiver of fear that turned their lively patter into hushed tiptoes. News reached them of a new arrival, a creature of sleek fur and predatory grace, a cat. This particular feline, sharp-eyed and cunning, had heard tales of the mice's abundant dwelling. "Ah," she purred to herself, a cruel satisfaction curling her whiskers, "that is precisely where I belong." And with a silent, fluid movement, she took up residence within the very walls that had, until then, offered sanctuary to the small rodents. Her arrival marked a dark turn for the mice. One by one, their numbers dwindled. The joyful chatter was replaced by anxious silence, the bold explorations by fearful retreats. The cat was merciless, efficient, and seemed to possess an uncanny ability to appear precisely where she was least wanted. She would stalk, silent as a shadow, her emerald eyes glinting with an insatiable hunger, and then, with a swift pounce, another life would be extinguished. The air in the house grew heavy with dread, and the once vibrant lives of the mice became a constant, nerve-wracking exercise in survival. Finally, a collective breaking point was reached. The elder mice, their whiskers trembling with a mix of fear and resolve, declared an ultimatum: no more. They would retreat into the deepest recesses of their holes, barricade themselves within the labyrinthine tunnels and walls, and refuse to emerge. Their once bustling world became a subterranean prison of their own making, but it was, they reasoned, a prison infinitely preferable to the predator's maw. Upstairs, the cat, initially pleased with her easy conquests, soon found her larder empty. The silence of the house, once merely an aid to her stealth, now became a source of profound frustration. She prowled, she listened, but the telltale rustle, the faint squeak, was gone. "This is indeed awkward," she mused, her tail twitching in annoyance. "My current tactics are proving unproductive. The only recourse is a clever ruse, a trick to lure them from their safe havens." Her mind, a labyrinth of calculated cunning, began to churn. She paced, she pondered, her eye surveying the room with a renewed, mischievous glint. An idea, as devious as it was simple, began to form. With a graceful leap, she ascended the wall, her claws finding purchase in the ancient plaster. She located a sturdy wooden peg, jutting out from a beam, and with an almost theatrical flourish, she allowed her body to go limp, hanging upside down by her hind legs, her eyes half closed, her fur slack. To any casual observer, she appeared utterly lifeless, a furry, lifeless bundle suspended in mid-air. Her charade was meticulously crafted to perfection. Time passed slowly. The house was utterly silent, save for the rhythmic creak of old timbers. Deep within their subterranean refuge, a brave, or perhaps foolish, young mouse, driven by an unbearable curiosity, ventured to the very edge of his bolt hole. He peered out, his tiny nose twitching, his eye scanning the familiar, yet now eerily quiet, landscape of the human world. And there, dangling like an abandoned toy, was the cat. A spark of hope, brief and dangerous, flickered within the mouse. Could it be? Was the danger truly gone? But then, a wiser, older mouse, one who had witnessed too many tragedies, nudged the younger one aside. He gazed at the dangling form, not with hope, but with a profound, weary understanding. "Aha," the old mouse squeaked, his voice filled with a mixture of contempt and recognition. "You are indeed clever, madam, no doubt about that. Your artistry in deception is almost commendable. But let me tell you this, you may transform yourself into a bag of flour, a forgotten rag, or even, as you appear now, a lifeless husk dangling from that peg. You may present yourself in any guise you choose, but know this, you will not, under any circumstances, find us coming anywhere near you again. The old mouse, with a wisdom born of bitter experience, had seen through the elaborate charade. The cat, despite her cleverness, had failed. This ancient tale, so simple in its telling, resonates with an enduring truth about human nature, self-deception, and the wisdom of memory. How often do we, like the cat, change our external presentation, hoping that a new look or a new narratives will erase past transgressions? We present a transformed self, hoping others will forget the pain we once caused, the trust we once broke, or the character we once displayed. We might dangle an olive branch, offer a seemingly harmless gesture, or even feign a complete reversal of our nature, all in the pursuit of regaining access to what we desire. And how often do we, like the mice, stand at the precipice of belief? We yearn for the danger to be truly gone, for the difficult person to have genuinely changed, for the risky situation to have magically become safe. Our innate desire for peace, for normalcy, for a path of least resistance, can make us incredibly vulnerable to such illusions. We want to believe the best, to see the good, and to trust that a change of attire signifies a change of heart. But true wisdom, as exemplified by the elder mouse, understands that history holds a powerful lesson. The scars of past betrayals, the memory of past dangers, are not meant to be burdens, but guides. This story is a powerful reminder that while people can and do change, genuine transformation is rarely superficial. It's not just about a new costume or a new position, it's about a fundamental shift in motive and character. When confronted with someone who has previously caused harm, our first instinct should be cautious observation, not immediate embrace. It asks us to cultivate discernment, to trust our past experiences, and to recognize that true safety often lies not in wishing for the best, but in wisely anticipating the worst, especially from those who have already shown us their true colors. The cat's deception failed not because it wasn't clever, but because the mice had learned a far more valuable lesson. Some dangers, once revealed, should always be approached with an unyielding sense of vigilance. As you reflect on your own journey, Filiarium listener, consider the wisdom of the mice. Where in your life have you been tempted to trust a new presentation over an old lesson? May you find the strength to discern the genuine from the artificial, remembering that the most profound wisdom often lies in the quiet, steadfast commitment to what you have already learned. Until next time, stay mindful, stay wise,